Hey squad, TITOBODS here, another day, another video for you guys. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys the Napoleon casual build. And before we continue with the video, don't forget to like this one, share it with your friends, and also if you're new to the channel, you like this kind of content, or you play Age of Empires Mobile, please don't forget to give us love and support the channel by subscribing and also ringing that bell so you will always be notified soon as we have a new video like this just for you guys. Now for the Napoleon in the casual build, this is a little bit tankier, but in a way still, prone to being killed by, of course, cavalry heroes. So you really need to think of ways to actually survive still in the battlefield. It's not enough that this one is a little bit tankier, but rather you still have to really get your hands on your heroes in a way where it can still be, very useful in the field. So for this build, I'm going to use the mercenary Egyptian chariot still because of the damage that you can get from this plus the damage reduction. Now here are the skills of your Napoleon. I think I already have mentioned a lot of this already in a way, so I will not really mention that much when it comes to the skills. Now with this build here, the only change that I really would like to actually do sometimes are the rings. For me, you need the Azure Moon ring here to have a little bit more damage in the process, because you're going to really wait a little while before you can hit that damage output in there, that commander skill output in there. And your Azure Moon ring can help with the damage because of the skill damage that you can get from it, plus of course the damage itself. And of course, yes, the other thing is that you can help the other skills that you have here, like your commander skill and of course signature skill, where in the process you can increase those damages with that one. Now for your Zhuge Liang, well, your typical skill, because of the achievement here, the most important thing here later are the gems. I'm going to teach you how to maximize that 80% damage reduction. So also here you have Borrowing of the East Wind, because this really is something great, to be honest with you guys. And of course, your Peaceful Haven, so that you will be tankier in the process. Now for your Eleanor, I still use like the same thing. I still use the Roar of Victory and the Radiant Finch, because the Radiant Finch is always going to be there with a strategy bonus, damage reduction, and of course your damage dealt by your commander. Now the help of your Regent really is good because of all the bonuses, and all of them has strategy. So all of this is very important for your commander. So for me, your Eleanor really here is actually good with that skill. So your Napoleon will thrive always if you have Eleanor in there. Now you can see the ring that I have on my Eleanor. You can exchange this ring to your Zhuge Liang. So what I do is sometimes check on the armor if I'm using the ring of Lofty Mountain here. So I can exchange the Ring of Lofty Mountain, put it on my Eleanor here, and then exchange the Skyward Knight and then put it on Zhuge Liang, so that it will be more efficient that way. Now what are the alternative rings here? For me, if you do not have your Azure Moon ring, you can go for Everflame Wing ring. You can go for Everflame Wing ring here. No, if you still don't have that ring, you can go for Serpent. Now for if you don't have Serpent, you can also go for your Ring of Crow. So those are the rings that you can actually do. Or if you want more damage, extra damage, go for the Ring of Rose. Those are the options that I will give you for your Napoleon in here. For your Zhuge Liang, well, I need you to get more damage. You can use Everflame Wing rings here for extra damage. And if you want more survivability though, you can go for Tranquil Water. So you need to heat up that oven for more damage in the future, so that you will have more troops before your commander skill hits. So you have more damage in the process. You can also do that. And then you can also do the Ring of Judgment. So with your Sage of Judgment ring, you have healing, you have damage reduction, and damage reduction overall, so you will be a little bit more tankier in the process, of course, giving away or sacrificing that extra damage that you can get from your rings. Or much better, if you have the new ring. For Eleanor, I don't think I want to really change the Skyward Knight, because I really want to have that Skyward Knight in there, that extra activation, that extra damage. So for me, that's the number one or top priority for me, if you're going to ask me. For me, that is actually the thing. Now, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of something here. If you really don't have anything else, go for the Ring of Crow. That's the only other option that I want you guys to really get, I don't want you guys to get healing or something, because you already have that one on your Zhuge Liang. You're going to really impede your progress if you're going to do that. Are you a new spender in Age of Empires Mobile, or planning to make your very first purchase? Eneba team up with our channel to bring you some amazing deals.
Eneba is your go-to digital store for games, gift cards, game points, and top-ups. And with TITOBODS special link, you can get up to 20% cash back on Age of Empires Mobile products, only on the marketplace. Eneba, the fastest growing marketplace for gamers. Ahoo!
So now for the gems. So I always have like health gems here, but since this is a tanky march already, you want for me 4 attack gems here, then 1 defense on the boots, and then of course strategy gems and active gems, and then combinations. Those are the gems. So for your Zhuge Liang, what I want you guys to have is 6 troop capacity. So 3 troop capacity here, 3 troop capacity here, and then 1 health gem here on your boots, another health gem here on your boots. So that's what you want to do. Now for your arm here, you need the best strategy here. So strategy for your arm here so that you can get more strategy to your Napoleon. Number 2 is of course your armor. You want more healing here, so healing gems, and then combination for the boots. That's what you want. Now for your Eleanor, you want here all attributes gems, or if you can do another strategy gems, why not? So strategy or all attributes. Then armor, healing also for me, to be honest, to be that kind of, you know, a little bit tankier. So healing gems, so combinations also of that one in here in the boots, or at the end of the boots here on the last slot you can do a normal attack gem. So that's what you can do with this march. Now moving to the mount, I am a believer that Army Thunder is the best mount for your Napoleon hands-on, or Dustbane, so that you can use that extra damage output from your commander skill, because this is all types of damage. So for me, commander skill is included in the all types of damage. So for me, Army Thunder is the best one for you guys. Now for Zhuge Liang, I want you guys to have Lifesaver. Lifesaver does give you damage reduction every time you heal, and for me, you need that extra oomph in there. Now for your Eleanor, you can also use Lifesaver because of the damage reduction, or you can do a renewal or healing armor. So healing armor will give you troops receive healing extra, which is way better for me if you're going to ask me, than of course your renewal. Renewal will only increase the heroes healing, but you have 2 heroes that are healing, so I think the healing armor is way better. So for me, those are your choices. And for me, you need to have like healing armor or your Lifesaver, and if you have to choose, you must choose the ones with strategy. For both Eleanor and Zhuge Liang, you really need that one. But if you really can't do it, just go for Lifesaver or healing armor. So those are the things that I want you guys to have. Now for the last bit, I want you guys to have piercing arrow as your main adornment for your Napoleon. Then strike soul is one of my choices, or your shadow chaser. Those are the only ones that I really think is way better, to be honest with you guys, when it comes to your hero Napoleon. So for your other 2 heroes, I want Eagle's Blessing, and you know, I really am fan of resistance, so I think 2 resistance is good. You can maybe debate, you want 1 blood rage to have that extra, you know, rage. For me, really, resistance is the number 1 here, if you're going to ask me. Now warp rep is also an actual option for your Napoleon himself. For your Napoleon, this is also another good thing. So if the unit exceeds 80% of deployment capacity, so it's like your troop capacity, same things that work for your Zhuge Liang. So since we have 6 troop capacity, we are going to exceed 80% of that. So 100% you can actually get warp rep also for your hero Napoleon. So that's actually also a good thing. You can also use this one. So for me, you can use this plus the other one as long as you do that for 12 seconds. So the only problem here is that it will reset after that, so you only have like 12 seconds window. So for me, you can get like your war prep if you are confident enough to have a burst instant damage on the first go of your commander skill. That's what I want. Another one you can use is risk aversion, but it depends on how you really move on the field, on how you know, on how much you know about your archers. So I think risk aversion is a risk. that's why it's risk aversion, but it's going to be something in there for you to, for example, escape in a battle or something like that. So just make sure you time it with your commander skills, because you only have like 6 seconds for this to work. So yeah. You can also have an option to get more rage in the process, like for example for your Zhuge Liang, and then 1 resistance for your Eleanor. Then for your Zhuge Liang or Eleanor, for example, you get this extra rage. You can also do that to have recovery in there, plus you have damage reduction. You can also do the power accumulation. But I think that's about it. There's really not enough use for me to get the deceptive ones, and then it only will trigger every 9 seconds, and the chance is pretty low, you know. That's actually what I think about it, and it's only like 3 seconds. So for me, you don't really need that. It won't really be that amazing, to be honest, unlike your other adornments here that I can actually get behind on. So those are the adornments for your heroes. Now let me just show you some reports about this build. So here you can see we use that exact build, and we have 66k still remaining on the troops, 66k 066, and then these are the details. We have just 2 activations though of the fight, and it's 39 seconds. It's a little bit longer than what we have on our Saladin's build. So yeah, this is the build though, and it stay longer like that, and then we still have health that much because this is a pretty tanky build. So you can see here all the details of the stats, the lineups, and everything. I also did try here ever flame wing rings. We have a little bit less remaining on the troops, but you know, the time is a little bit lower, so it means we did a little bit more damage in the process. And I kind of changed you know, Lofty with Skyward Knight here. So it's just based, I think, on the activations there, but the damage output still, you can see there is almost the same, although we have less damage from this one. But yeah, I think it's on the activation, so we have more activations on the healing here. And yeah, I think it's almost the same, although as I said, this has less time on it, like 5 seconds less time. I also did like a budget build, trying to really get in those serpent in there plus the rings in here, and then I kind of change up the, you know, PH to a sowing discord to be a little bit more, you know, offensive. So we have more health, to be honest with you guys, and we are up against the same opponent, and we have less time in the process, just a little bit less time. But you can see here the sowing discord did help a little bit when it comes to, of course, the overall damage output of the opponent. So if you, as I've said, if you don't have Skyward Knight, maybe you can go for Ring of Row. That will have more debuffs for your opponents. So you can see here 9 activations, a little bit lower on the damage side of things when it comes to that. I think it's a little bit higher, to be honest. Sorry, it's a little bit higher on the damage when it comes to that. Although, yeah, to be honest with you guys, the damage from the commander skill is a little bit lower than usual. And yeah, I think it also helps, you know, to actually get that extra damage from this one. But it's almost the same when it comes to the stats, the time also. The only difference is that we get less damage, and you know, we have more remaining troops. So yeah, I think the sowing discord kind of helps in here. So if you have, like, for example, as I've said, you don't have Skyward Knight, the only thing I want you guys to get is the Ring of Grow. So it will really helps. Hopefully you did learn something, or maybe you have the same builds as this one, or maybe you have a better build from this one. You can leave all those in the comments down below. But anyway, I do enjoy using this lineup, and also the one with Saladin, which I call the assassin build. And if you haven't yet watched that one, click there's a video right here on your screen right now and check that out. And as always, squad, have a great day to everyone. This is your TITOBODS, and I will see you in the next one.